Hey, this is Ed from Click Me Marketing. So this is a quick video, probably take about 5 to 10 minutes, explaining what on earth automations are that we build behind our websites and that anyone can set up with their own websites. And it saves time and helps you win more business. So the main thing is people get into business because they're either good at something or they like doing something. And in the old days, I'm old enough to remember when all I had to do was put an ad in the yellow pages. If I wanted a lot of work that year, I'd put a full page ad or a half page ad in as many different areas or cities as I could, and that was it. I didn't have to think about it again. The phone just rang, and that was work for the year. Maybe we could think about newspapers or magazines or radio, things like that, but generally things were a lot simpler. These days, everybody is expected to be a marketer. They're expected to build websites. They're expected to run Facebook ads, Google ads, all sorts of systems. And because all these things are being sold to you, they tell you they're all simple enough for everybody to do it themselves. When in reality, if you do that yourself, you spend all of your spare time and more doing all these things. And then where do you find time to do the actual work? So some of these automations that we build into things, I'll run through them and I'll do it as quickly as I can. So the first one is an inquiry form submission callback. Now, what on earth is that? When somebody submits a form on your website or on Facebook or anywhere else, they can get a callback straight away. So instead of you waiting till you see an email pop up or you check your emails in the evening and then you respond to somebody, we can set up a system where the system calls you, the business owner, says, hi, somebody's just filled in your form. Press 1 to speak to them now. You press 1 or any other number, and it just dials the number that was on that form automatically. So you call them, and they're usually still on your website, and this stops them going on to speak to somebody else, leave an inquiry on another website or on some of the competitors. So you end up quoting against less people. So this stops you having to check your emails, saves time with you calling, sending emails in the evenings, and gets you to win more business. So the next one, automatic replies. So this can be anything like on your Google page, Google My Business page on the maps, or on Facebook page, on Instagram page, or anywhere else. So if somebody types a message to you, when are you going to type back to them? Now, if you've got lucky enough to have somebody in the office, maybe they'll check it a few times a day. If you're not, then maybe you'll have to check it in the evenings. But in reality, most people don't get back to them, and other than sort of maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So what we do is we set up automatic replies. So if somebody fills in, completes a message on Facebook, they'll get an automatic SMS and an email saying, hi, thanks for your message. We're not at the computer just now, but we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Anything, what can we help you with? And that's quite often enough to get them to leave a message with you and then not bother going on and finding the next person. Again, lets you quote against less people. Missed call text back does the same type of thing, but again, is amazingly powerful. It's exactly what it sounds like. Somebody calls you, you're not there, your phone's in your pocket, you're driving, you're doing the job, whoever's running your desk today is out for lunch, whatever, but they instantly get a text back saying, hi, sorry we missed you, how can we help? And that little message can be enough to stop people going down to the next one and the next one until they get somebody on the phone. The reality is, supposedly with small businesses, only about 30-35% of people answer the phone first time. So this means that normally you'll go onto Google, you'll phone the first one, they won't answer. Call the second one, they won't answer. By the third time, you'll usually get an answer. But if you can send a text back, then they won't bother calling other people, and you'll have less people to quote against. Quotation provided, follow-up messages. Okay, so the next stage, let's say you've given them a quote for a job, but they say, okay, got to think about it, or I'm waiting for another quote to come in. In these cases, you'll get much better conversions if you follow up. So if you follow up the next day, hi, did you get my quote through? Or 2 days later, hi, just checking. everything okay? Is there any questions I can answer for you? And you can highlight special points about your service and why you're better than your competitors. And little nudges like this can be enough to get people over the line. And even if it's a price thing, it gives you the chance to come down, be more competitive, ask if it is the price. So all of that takes time. And if it can be automated, how many minutes or hours every week can that save you? So again, we can send SMSs, we can send WhatsApps, we can send emails, and these can all be automated. So you book in a quotation, then a day after the quotation, 2 days after the quotation, 3 days after the quotation, they can receive messages until they accept a job. Then you've got scheduling, so calendar scheduled reminders. So somebody books a quote or somebody books a job, then to make sure they turn up at the appointment or that they are there when you turn up, you can send automated SMSs and emails, maybe the day before, maybe an hour before, so that you don't waste time waiting for them or driving to see them and then nobody being there. Automatic review requests. This is a big one, especially today because reviews mean so much on ranking yourself higher in Google and higher in Facebook, but also in people choosing to go with you. If you've got one company with 50 5-star reviews and one company with none, they'll go with the guy with 50, 9 times out of 10. So to get these review requests, it takes time. You have to do a good job. You have to ask them. You have to send them the link. But what we can do is we can automate it so that after every job is complete, we can wait, say, 12 hours, 6 hours a day, whatever's suitable for your business. And we can send them the link. Hi, would you like to leave us a review? Now, what we can do here is we can also help people. If they say we're happy, we can say, great, can you leave a review? If they say they're not happy, it gives us a chance to say, well, how can we help you? And not give them the review link. And all of that can be automated. You don't have to do any of it. Just done completely on autopilot. So all these things here on the left here, we build into our websites, and we would suggest anybody does it to their own websites. It saves a huge amount of time, and it can all be done on autopilot. So what's the next section here? Handy as heck, as we've called it. This part here is the omni-channel conversions or conversations, sorry. What does this mean? This means that in one place, on a phone app in your pocket, or connected to the website, all the communications and conversations from people go into one place. So say you're chatting with Smith. She sends you a Facebook message to start with, but then you send her out a quote on email, and she then replies by email, and you send her back an SMS. Now, normally this would be 5 different channels: email, Instagram, Facebook, SMS, WhatsApp, and you'd have to check them all completely separately. But what we do in the windows that we build is they all go into the same place. So you can see an email's come in, you can send them an SMS, you can call them, you can send them another SMS, and all of this is in the same window, and you can read the whole conversation and see it all in one place. What's the next one? Post to all social media channels all at the same time. Let's say you are one of these people who's been convinced that you need to be a marketer and do everything in-house, and a lot of small businesses need to do that. They don't have the cash to spend on somebody to do that in the office. It's a big headache to go and publish on Instagram, on Facebook, on Google My Business, on YouTube, on all these other things. But what we can do is we can link them all together. So you build the post one time, and then you press publish, and it'll go out to Instagram, Facebook, Google My Business, all at the same time. You don't need to go and do the work 3 times, logging into 3 different things. It's all done once. And then growth. What's this? Well, growth is more to do with automations for spending on advertising, things like this. Again, we can build this into our websites. I'm going to go through it very quickly here because it's not strictly on the automations that we're talking about. But referrals, posting in local community groups. This takes time, but it can be done automatically. Then old contact reactivation. So this is boring is what this is.